welcome to Katrina's Creations. This is episode, I think, 259. Pretty sure, 259. So if you are new to the podcast, we do have a lot of new viewers. Thank you for coming by and checking out the channel. If you haven't already, please click that little red subscribe button down below. And if you click the little bell-shaped icon next to the subscribe button and then click the all button, that will let you know anytime I post a video, which is always on Saturdays and Wednesdays and occasionally other times when something's going on. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming by each week. I really do appreciate it. And if you would, please give me a thumbs up. That does help the video along a little bit. So let's get started. I have one finished object. Last week it was a half a finished object because I only had one sock done. I finished both pairs of socks and I see a spot I forgot to trim. I've got a stray piece of yarn right there I need to trim off. I wove my end in and forgot to cut it. So I have two pairs. Here's one, or I have two socks, one pair. So there's the one. Here's the other one. These are just little footsie socks because I like little footsie socks. So, yeah, let me tell you what this yarn is. That yarn, because some of you remarked how you liked it, it is Cascade Yarns Cherub Aran, and the color is just color 519. They should name it. But anyway, they didn't. It's 519. So it is really, really soft. And I think it is 100% acrylic, but let me double check on that. It's 55% nylon, 45% acrylic. And there's 240 yards per skein. So I do have a little bit left over. Not a huge amount. If I had made full-size socks, I would not have had any left over. Hi, this is Katrina of the past. So I'm showing you this because by the time I film my video, this will be packed for the craft fair. So I finished my hat. I love this. I'm half tempted to keep it for myself, but I'm not going to because I don't really wear hats that much. But I love how this turned out. These are like little mini cables all the way around the hat. And I love the colors. The jewel tones in this are just really, really pretty. They're very deep colored. And this was a red heart yarn. I don't have the ball band around, but this was a red heart yarn. But yeah, I'm real happy. It's very squishy. As you can see, it's because of the cabling, and it's a 2x2 rib here, and this is 2x2. The cables are two stitches, or one stitch over another. So a two stitch cable, and then there's two purl stitches in between. So it's all the way up, and then I just gathered it at the top. I did a couple of decreases. Hold it so you can see. I did a couple of decreases up on the top, and then I just gathered it all together. But yeah, I really, really like this. I will put it on just briefly so you can see how it fits. So there it is. It's a little beanie. Now my hair is totally messed up and I have to pick the hair out of it before I sell it at the craft fair. But there it is. So that's my finished object, and then I have one work in progress, and that's my crochet. And I am making the Sun Valley shawl crochet along that's going over at J Hook Crochet. So here it is. Last week I had finished this yellow section. So now I have finished the green section, and I have actually started into an orange section. The green section was week 6, so I'm actually working a little bit ahead of time because knowing I have surgery coming up and I don't want to fall behind, I've gotten a little jump start. So it is right now, and it's not done all the way. I'm on row 24 because it's a repeat. You go all the way through to row 40, and then you repeat from, I think it's row 9 to row 40 again. So I've still got like 18 more rows plus the border to it. And this already is a decent sized shawl. As you can see, it's already enough to go over my shoulders, and I haven't blocked it yet. So yeah, so by the time I finish this, it's going to be a substantial sized shawl. I hope I have enough yarn. But yeah, there it is. So this is the Sun Valley, or the Flower Valley. I keep saying Sun Valley. It's the Flower Valley shawl. It is a free pattern. Yeah, so it is a free pattern. There are a few errors in the, I don't know that there are errors so much in the pattern as maybe in the translation, but there are a couple things here and there I've run into. So if you're making this and you run into some question, I've been just kind of going back and forth between the diagram and the written pattern and guessing a little bit. And when you come to the part that says a laying puff stitch, it's actually a horizontal puff stitch. So I didn't know what it was. My coworker Kristen said she figured it out and that it was a horizontal puff stitch. So just if you're doing that pattern and when you get to that part, that's what you need to be aware of. But it's a really pretty pattern, and I just dropped my yarn on the ground. So there's the yarn. It was my escapee out of my project basket. And the yarn I'm making this shawl with is, it's El Camino, I think it's El Camino? El Camino. No, it's just Camino alpaca. El Camino is a car. Not El Camino. So here's the ball band for it. So it is Camino alpaca from Bremont. I don't know that this is available anymore. I went looking because I think I got this on Craftsy. I'm pretty sure it came from Craftsy. So I don't know if it can be gotten anymore. I didn't do too much of a search, but anyway, I don't think it's available. It might be. I could be pleasantly surprised. So next we're going to get ready for show and tell, but since we have some new viewers, I did want to tell you a few things about show and tell. Show and tell is our viewers or people who post over on my Facebook page projects that they've done and that they want to share with everybody else. And sometimes when I just see one on Facebook, I post it over onto show and tell because it catches my attention and I think it's pretty and I want to share it with other people as well. So if you want to contribute, you are more than welcome to go to my Facebook page, which is Katrina Knits, and post the picture over there and tell me a little bit about the pattern. You know, what the pattern name is or what you used, you know, whatever you want to tell me. Just, you know, and I try to put what I can into the show and tell so that everybody else can see it as well. So if you don't do Facebook, you can also contact me at KatrinasCreations@yahoo.com. Just send me an email and the pictures and I'll get it into the show and tell for that week. So with that being said, let's check out what you all have been making this week. acquisitions, I have a bit this week. If you missed the video, you can check it out right here. That was Wednesday's video. I had a Lion brand haul. So let me show you what I got. Just a really quick recap. I got 2 skeins of rewind tape yarn. And tape yarn is flat, almost like a shoestring. And this one is called Trade Winds. It's like grays and charcoals and like an ecru color. It is a 5 weight. There's 219 yards or 200 meters. And it is 70% polyester, 30% viscose. And what I'm going to do with this, because like I said, I have 2. I was talking to my coworker Kristen, who you occasionally will see stuff in the show and tell. She's also an avid crocheter. She made these adorable sun hats for sale that, you know, had a nice wide brim, and they had this like bow in the back that's made out of the same material. So I was asking her what yarn she made it with, and she made it with rewind. So I was like, oh goody. So these are going to become a hat for the summer or spring or whenever, but I'm going to make one. Then I got 3 skeins of Touch of Linen, and I think it is just a touch of linen. It's let's see, it's dark up here. I'm filming this at like 6 o'clock in the evening because I worked from home today. I had to telecommute, and then our grandkids came over for music lessons and they just left. So dinner's cooking downstairs, and I'm running up here to film this, and hopefully I don't burn dinner because, you know, I do that on a regular basis, and then it's like, oh, we gotta eat out. So I'm trying not to do that because we're gonna eat out tomorrow. This is called Leek, but let me see what the content, why am I, oh, here we go. It's 51% cotton, 49%, 51 cotton, 49% linen. So it is just when they say it's a touch of linen, it's like 50% linen. So there it is, and the color's pretty true. I have 3 skeins of this because there's not as much in it. There's 197 yards or 180 meters. Because when I bought this, I didn't know if the hat was made out of this yarn or if it was made out of the tape yarn. I couldn't remember, so I bought 3 skeins of this. But linen, just like cotton, makes great tote bags and things because it doesn't stretch like acrylic does. So not sure what this will turn into, but I have 3 skeins of it just in case. Then the best one of all, well, the best 2 because they're together. These things, these gorgeousnesses. Look at those beautiful colors. This is Anya. It is Lion brand collection. It is 100% superwash merino wool. So it's a high quality yarn. Trying to think what I paid for it. I think it was $13 or $14 per skein, something like that. But it is 100% washable merino. It's a 4 weight, which is worsted, and there are 240 yards per skein. So that's not bad at all. Especially when you think a knit crate giving you 100% merino wool and you're paying almost $28, so you're paying $14 a skein for that. This was somewhere around 13, I think. So yeah, and it's pretty. This is called, I found the color somewhere. Yes, it's Your Future, your future bright, your fuchsia. Your fuchsia is bright. That's what it is. I guess a play on your future is bright. It's your fuchsia is bright. I have no idea what I'm going to make with this. No clue, but we'll wait and see. So then the other thing I got, well, I got the yarn advent calendar in from Yoka because she and I are exchanging yarns. So I will be getting some yarn from the Netherlands when I open it up. Right now it's sitting on my kitchen chair, and every time I walk into the kitchen it taunts me because there's this box sitting there just going, open me, open me, open me. And I'm trying really hard to be good so I don't get into it too soon. But anyway, yes, so I have that. So there will be a video every day from December 1st until December 25th to see what I get each day in the box. And then Demetra Zamzis made this card for me, and inside are some handmade buttons that she made from wood on her property. And then on the video, I told you I was going to pair it up with a really pretty chocolate brown yarn. I bought this yarn for Dave years ago to make him a sweater, and Dave doesn't wear sweaters. He's never cold. So here's the yarn, and here's the buttons that are going to go with it. How perfect are they going to go together? It's like the edging on the button is almost the exact same color as the yarn. So yes, I'm looking forward to using these, but I'm waiting till my size gets smaller so that the sweater, I can actually wear it for a while. So yes, I will be working on that. And this yarn is called Hawthorne Cottage Yarns. It's an English Lister long wool. And it says it's a worsted weight. It's 100% Australian wool. But then it says it's an English Lister long wool. I don't understand that. But anyway, that's what it says. And it doesn't say what color, it just says a number and a dye lot. So yeah, that's what it's going to be. It's a nice chocolate brown sweater that will go with pretty much everything. Then I got a couple other acquisitions. Dave had asked me what I wanted for my birthday. Now my birthday is November 27th, but I got it early because there was a sale. There was 40% off over at Knit Picks for their steel needles. And at the present time, that sale is still running. This is Thursday night, so when you're watching this Saturday, can't guarantee it's still running, but it is right now. So when I make my socks, I use either, this is a 9-inch circular needle. There, you can see it, sorta. But I use and these are Chowgoos. So I use a 9-inch circular, or I use these. Which are double pointed DPNs. I do the magic loop as well. If I'm doing 2 socks at a time, I'll do a magic loop and do them at the same time. But I always start, even if I'm doing 2 at a time, I always start them individually, like do the cuffs first and then put them onto the double or onto the magic loop. So I've been using these for years. I think I have like 11 sets of these, and I paid under $5 or $6. I got them from eBay years ago, and they're bamboo. They're okay, but I am not a wood needle type of person, because I find, at least with the softer woods like the bamboo, they splinter very easy, and the tips get rough spots or chip off, and then I end up having to file them with my fingernail file just to get them to smooth down again. So I'm not a huge fan of the wood needles, but you know, that's what I had, so that's what I used, and they were cheap. Well, because they were running a needle sale, I bought them. Dave technically bought them for me, but he wouldn't know what to pick out. So I bought 2 sets of the nickel needles, the nickel plated needles. And like I said, these are the nickel plated ones are 40% off from Knit Picks, and this is their brand. And I got a size 2mm and a 3mm. They're 6-inch double pointed needles. I was very happy with them because I did the second sock with one of these. It was great, and it went so much faster, and it was so nice not to have splinters snagging up the yarn. So yeah, that was my acquisitions. I got quite a bit. Now it's time for... Now in our Come and Get It section, Lovecrafts is running sales all the way through November. So the sales are changing constantly. Somebody asked me about a sale I posted the other day. I went to look for it. It was gone that fast. So yeah, they do change, and I'm thinking they go by UK time. So sometimes when they're changing early morning for them, it's later in the day for us. So yeah, it gets a little confusing. So anyway, as of the time of this video, Lovecrafts is running, it's an early Black Friday sales throughout November. So if you click the link down below, it takes you to the opening page of Lovecrafts, and you can just scroll around and see what's currently on sale. So that is Lovecrafts. Knit Picks, like I said, has 40% off on their nickel-plated needles. I'm not sure when that sale ends. And Annie's, again, check out the clearance section. If you click on the link, it will take you to their clearance yarns. They have some really good sales over there, as does Lion Brand. I don't know of any Lion Brand sales currently running at the time I'm filming. When I run across some good sales, I do post little videos that will pop up that are yellow with black writing. So that's always the signal that it's some kind of a sale I've run across. So those are the sales I know about. Now, this next week, what videos do we have coming up? We have another jam-packed week with videos. Not as bad as last week, but we have, on Wednesday, I will be doing what I'm going to do with my knitted and crocheted sweaters once I lose the weight. So I'm going to be doing my winter sweaters first. So all the long sleeve sweaters will be the first video. And then there's a second part to it, which will be the short sleeved sweaters. So that's Wednesday's video. And then Thursday's video will be another bariatric journey video, because starting, see, you're watching this Saturday, starting on Monday, provided my surgery does not get canceled, I should know by Friday, which would have been yesterday for you, but it's tomorrow for me. Are we totally confused now? But anyway, by Friday for me, which will be tomorrow, I should know whether my surgery is going to be scheduled or not. And provided that it is, I will be starting on my diet on Monday that I have to do to shrink my liver prior to surgery. So I'm going to be showing you what I'm going to be eating for the next 10 days. It's interesting. So anyway, that's all I'll say about it. So there'll be a video on Wednesday and on Thursday, and then of course next Saturday, of course, and any sales I run across in between. So that is it for this week. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you again several times this week. Bye everybody.